Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to another foundation review. Today we're going to be reviewing something from Ulta. This one is the J.CAT Compact Foundation. I heard Kathleen Lights talking about this. I was super intrigued because she compared this to the new Makeup Forever powder foundation, and I just feel like that is very expensive. And not all of us really have the money to just splurge on something so expensive. So since she compared them and said that they are very similar, I wanted to try this one today. So that's what we're going to be doing. As you can see, I have my eye makeup kind of done. I am in the middle of reviewing another new launch, and this one is from Milani. This one is the Milani Gilded Jade, so maybe you'll see this video right before this one. So yeah, if you want to see how this foundation kind of performs and looks, then just keep on watching. And as always, don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and let's just go ahead and get started. So like I said, I'm reviewing the J.CAT Beauty Aquasurance Compact Foundation. It retails for $14 and it comes in 13 shades. So as far as shades, I don't feel like there's many of them, but I did end up choosing the light beige one. I hope that it fits me. Come in this little packaging right here. It looks just like a compact powder. When you open it up, it's kind of a little hard to open it up. Okay, I'm trying. It comes with a little mirror right here. It has a sticker on right now, but then you have your little shade right there, and it's looking a little bit light from where I can see, but I just thought that from the 13 shades, this one would be the one to fit me the most. When you flip this up, you can kind of see that it comes with a little applicator right here that kind of just fell on the floor right now when I was trying to film this for the first time. It says that it contains a finely milled formula, minimizes the appearance of pores. We all need minimizing pores, so this innovating hydrating powder is non-clogging that absorbs and balances excess oil without looking cakey. The compact has a water lock system to maintain moisture within the powder, which can't be found in an average compact. It blends effortlessly, providing medium to full coverage for a flawless finish. The sponge is antibacterial and delivers an airbrush finish for a flawless finish. Airbrush effect for a flawless finish. So that is what it says. Like I said, it retails for $14. It brings 0.31 ounces, so not quite 1 fluid ounce, but again, powder foundations don't tend to bring that much, so I don't really mind it, especially for the price. I did already prime my face. I used this Dior primer, and I really like it, so we're gonna see if this foundation performs really well. So I'm gonna start applying it on one side of my face with this little sponge, and we're gonna see how that looks. I want to kind of swatch it right before I start. It feels very powdery. Oh, and it looks really orange for some reason, but I feel like if I try to blend it, it actually would fit me nicely. Oh, it's actually, I think it's going to be a good match, I think. I don't really know. I do have a lot of imperfections right now, a lot of pimples going on, breakouts, so I feel like this is going to be the true test of this foundation, because I feel like powder foundations don't really provide a full coverage, but that felt really nice on the skin. It was really smooth. It felt like nothing, so we're gonna see. I do have dry skin, and obviously I'm acne prone, as you can see, so just, you know, throwing that out there. I'm going in with one swipe. This is what I got, and I'm gonna, ooh. Okay, so far it definitely looks very satin, and it kind of like is evening out my skin tone. It's making everything look really smooth, and it kind of covered a lot. I did have a lot of redness on this side, so I don't know, I'm kind of impressed. I feel like the one thing about powder foundations that I really like is that it saves you a lot of time. You know, instead of like using a beauty blender and spending a lot of time just blending, this is a time saver. So I don't know, if this works out for me, I'm gonna be really excited. Again, you can tell that if you use a lot of product, doesn't really like affect it or anything. It's not really caking up or anything. It just feels like an actual powder, which I'm like really impressed about. I feel like this shade, it's a little bit too red for my skin tone, but it actually looks really nice. So right there I have, I don't know how much product I have, but I applied a decent amount, and I feel like it did cover a little bit of my acne scars right there. I feel like I do want to go back in and do another coat, but just to compare, look at how my face looks without any makeup, and look at this side. It definitely did even it out, and I really liked it. So I'm just going to go ahead with another application on this side, because I want to compare it to kind of having no makeup on, and wow. Okay, first of all, this is the first product that I am reviewing from this brand. I have never used J.CAT before, and I I don't know, I'm kind of impressed. You can definitely tell that for dry skin, you have to be a little bit careful because it is kind of emphasizing my dry patches, but I did go in with a heavy moisturizer today, so maybe that's why. I'm bringing it down to my neck because it's definitely a little bit too pink for me. It did kind of really build up really nice. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more and I'm going to pat it right there to see if that would prevent it from kind of, you know, swiping away and really keep the coverage right there. I feel like this is something that can really help people with oily skin, assuming that this like doesn't fade away after a while. I'm finally going to go to the other side and I'm going to start just blending this out. I'm really intrigued on seeing how this covers these pimples right there because it has been such a struggle this week. I don't even know where that breakout came from. Wow, this is like insane how easy this is being. This might be, if this works out, this might be my new everyday. Like, do you see this? How did I know about this? Like, before she mentioned this, I had never heard about this foundation, ever. So, I don't know, if the Makeup Forever is anything like this, then it's probably a really good foundation, but if I can get this for $14, I would definitely save those dollars. You better believe it. Alright, so I feel like I have enough product on my face. I do definitely still see that redness on my face. I don't know why it looks so red, but you can definitely tell right there how it looks red on this part right here, and then it doesn't on that part. So as soon as you apply it onto your face, it kind of looks like a light powder, but when you start kind of swiping it, it turns into like this really reddish color, at least this shade, and it's kind of emphasizing my dryness as well. But obviously it's a pressed powder, so you are kind of expecting that. But I'm going to come a little closer so you can see like the dryness on my nose right there and on my cheeks. I did apply a ton of products, so I'm not really being too hard on this product, but I still feel like if I apply some Fix Plus, it could still fix that. I am super impressed with how it's looking, and the finish of it, it's beautiful so far. So I'm just going to be applying some concealer. I'm going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. See how a liquid concealer will look on top of a powder foundation. So this is actually the first time that I'm testing out this concealer as well. Down a little bit more because I want to bring more of that neutral undertone in me because I don't want to look red. Not even gonna lie, I don't feel like looking red today. So I'm applying a little bit over here as well. This one is kind of a light shade, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna go into my Real Techniques sponge and I'm blending this out. Alright, so it's not looking horrible, but obviously you already have powder on your face, so I feel like what I should have done was to apply the liquid first and then go in with the foundation, but obviously we're learning as we go. It is a process, so now I know that next time I will try that. Even as that, for it to be a liquid over a powder is not even looking that horrible because I will be setting this concealer. It is definitely much lighter than my skin tone. So, I don't know, really promising so far. Alright, so my forehead, it definitely did give me a lot of trouble because like I said, I should have gone with the concealer underneath, but I feel like that defeats the purpose of, you know, testing it out and seeing how it works. I will be going over top of this with the foundation again, and I'm going to obviously be using it as a powder today. Alright, so if you apply the concealer over top, it is not going to really blend in together. As you can see, it just looks like I have some liquid over powder. It just doesn't even look like much, but that is to be expected. You shouldn't be putting, you know, liquid over something that you already set. So I'm going to go back into this and I'm going to be trying to set the concealer with it and seeing how that looks. That actually applied really nice. Going over here. So it still gave me a little bit of brightness, but it definitely like evened everything out a little bit better. Going under my eyes. I wonder if this would be a little bit better for photography because my skin definitely looks even and smooth, and I am super impressed with how this is looking. I want to see what the next shade over is. It's medium beige, and it looks darker, but I feel like it wouldn't really match my skin tone really well. It just looks too dark for me. But this one is definitely a red foundation. Like, I don't know who would fit on light beige, but I might go back and return it for medium beige because I really, really like it. I come a little closer again. That is with the concealer. It's definitely looking really, really dry right there. So if you have dry skin, just be aware that you have to just go in with a much heavier moisturizer. I would recommend the CeraVe, the really big tub, because that one definitely is heavy duty. But just, I don't know, I'm really liking how this is looking. I am going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts and what I think about this foundation. But so far, I think it's a winner. So we have all of our makeup on. I do want to test out one last thing. I want to kind of spray Fix Plus on my face because I am seeing kind of a little bit of dryness just in certain little areas. Nothing that bothers me too much, but I just want to see if I apply something like a Fix Plus and it would like kind of take away that little powdery look from my face. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray this all over. Helps with like melting your makeup away. And I'm just going to be using this fan that I have, because I feel like Fix Plus just fixes everything. Also use any other, setting spray that you have, but I just find that Fix Plus works really well. The other thing that I really like is the Milani Make It Last, and also the Wet n Wild, this little things right here. I've only tried the cucumber one, super recommend it, but I know a lot of people like the other ones, so you can use whatever you have at home, and I feel like that did help a little bit. You can definitely still see a little bit of my pores on this area right here. So if you have very, very large pores, I would definitely go ahead and use kind of like something like a pore filler primer. I would definitely just start with that. Shade, I feel like it could go for, I'm scared to say medium beige because I don't know, I feel like it was already too dark and too orangey. I don't know why it would be like that on light beige. I wouldn't expect it to be, but I just feel like I could make it work with that concealer that I used that was much more neutral, and I just brought it down to my neck, so I don't feel like it looked too different from my skin tone, but I feel like it's something is not right. That's how I feel. So I don't know, I'm super liking the texture of it. It was super easy to apply. Like, honestly, it would take me 5 minutes in the morning to use this. The only downfall that I found was obviously the shade range. I wish it would come out with just more shades because I don't think there's much to work with, even with light skin tones, medium skin tones, and dark skin tones. I mean, like, I'm right in the medium, like right before medium, and I don't feel like this is like a perfect match to me whatsoever, and I don't know who this would be a perfect match to because it was so orange. So I don't know, I really, really like the application. This it seems really nice. It does bring a little mirror for $14. You can't beat it. And I really, really like these little sponge right here. I don't usually use the sponges that, foundations or compacts bring. I am going to be honest, but I tried to just give this a try because I didn't really think that this was going to work out with a beauty sponge, and I'm super impressed. I feel like this one is going to be a really good one. If you have dry skin, it will definitely emphasize your dry patches. Just be careful, moisturize a little bit better, but I feel like for normal combination skin, this would look really nice. I don't know for oily because I haven't really tried it in the course of a whole day, so I don't really know if it stays in your skin, if it's long lasting. I don't really know anything about that yet, but I will be trying it out a little bit more because I do want to give you guys updates. I was super impressed by this. Definitely will be checking out this brand a lot more. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!